In case you don't know by now, I am a college student, and you know what college students do really well? Procrastinating and then staying up really late to get all the work done that they procrastinated on, otherwise known as an all-nighter. Now, I am very fortunate in the fact that I have only had to pull one all-nighter in my entirety of college so far. So this is how to pull an all-nighter, which I do not recommend, but it is inevitable and it will happen at some point. This is all based on the things that I wish I had had during that horrible, horrible night that I spent in the Blue Couch room in Einstein's. And also bear in mind that you don't choose to do an all-nighter does you. That came out wrong. The first thing you will need is comfy clothes. You're going to be sitting at a desk or a table for all night, so you might as well get comfy while you're there. But don't get too comfy because then you'll be inclined to fall asleep on the floor. I'm not saying happened to me, but I am implying it. The second thing you are going to want is a lot of caffeine in whatever form you like. I know a lot of people don't like coffee, so they'll drink soda or Red Bull. But Red Bull is so much worse for you, I'm pretty sure, so maybe you shouldn't drink it. It's definitely going to help you stay up all night and give you a second burst of energy when you can feel yourself slowly start to die. And you are definitely going to want some snacks. Trust me, I was starving that entire night. My suggestion would be to have some healthy snacks in there somehow. Maybe some fruit snacks, peanut butter crackers, a granola bar, stuff like that. If you eat a bunch of junk food, you're just going to crash about half an hour later and you're just going to want to go to bed, which is, you know, the opposite of what an all-nighter is. Now, as much as I love coffee, like we're talking Lorelai Gilmore levels of loving coffee, you still should be drinking a lot of water. In fact, one of the reasons that you might start feeling tired is because you're actually dehydrated and your body is working harder without that water. So make sure to be drinking water as you're guzzling down that coffee. Let's say it's around 3 or 4 a.m. You've done a lot of work, but you still have a lot more to go. I do suggest taking a small nap. Note the word small. So wherever you are, the library, your bedroom, an academic building, your living room, the hallway in your dorm because your roommates have gone to bed, I do highly suggest taking a 15 or 20 minute nap. Of course, the trick is to make sure that you set an alarm that goes off, but if you're one of those people who can sleep through an alarm, I do not recommend taking a nap. 15 or 20 minutes is actually more refreshing than you think it is, especially when you're so sleep deprived that at that point, blinking longer than a normal blink feels refreshing. And that's the good thing about college, because everyone around you is just as tired, and they will not give two farts if they see you asleep at a table in the library, or on a table in an academic building, or on the floor in the Blue Couch room next to Einstein's. If anything, they'll just look at you and be jealous that you're sleeping and they aren't. And the last thing that you'll need is a positive attitude. I'm sorry, that was too much. I will show myself out. No, but really, a positive attitude going into an all-nighter works its wonders. If you go into your all-nighter with just complete despair and hopelessness, you're not gonna get through that all-nighter. For example, I live tweeted my all-nighter in the Einstein's Blue Couch room because I decided to make light of a stressful situation and find humor in the utterly despairing and hopelessness of the situation, which is, you know, basically how I deal with everything in life. Of course, be sure to throw in some breaks every now and then. There's actually a studying technique where you work for 25 minutes and then take a break for 5 minutes. If you find your thoughts drifting from whatever it is that you're supposed to be focusing on, get up, move around, stretch. I'm told that movement is good for the body, and some good pump-up music can work wonders. Spotify, I think, actually has a playlist for pump-up music, but also music that's not so pump up that it makes you just want to dance around and not study. So I recommend Spotify. And of course, as always, Hamilton is always amazing. I highly recommend listening to the Act 1 finale of Hamilton. It's called Non-Stop, and it's like the most motivating hype-up song that you've ever heard that could have possibly come from a hip-hop musical about the Founding Fathers. If you are ever feeling discouraged, remember that James Madison, John Jay, and Alexander Hamilton only meant to write 25 Federalist Papers, and in the end they wrote 81. John Jay got sick after writing 5. James Madison wrote 29. Hamilton wrote the other 51. You can write that one essay.
How do you write like you're running out of time? Write day and night like you're running out of time.
That's what I meant by the Act 1 finale is surprisingly the best pump-up song in the entire universe.